You're just joining us. It is Broad Street Radio, your number one authoritative business radio. It's your regular show, Health and Wellness, and I'm your regular host, Charles Fakruha. Yes, in Health and Wellness, we'll be talking about the health of the workers, how to create an enabling environment in the workplace where you have a positive work climate where people are happy to come to work and become very productive and all that. Yes, as they are working, the safety of these workers is also very key. And generally, the safety is not just for the workers. The visitors that come to that, whether it's a factory, an office, or a commercial complex, the safety of those visitors, safety of the equipment that are there, and also safety of the employer. Okay, so when we're talking of workplace safety, we're not just talking only about the workers. So today on Health and Wellness, we'll be looking at fire safety in the workplace. And it is amazing. People who work in the financial service industry will say, oh, it does not concern us. We don't do anything. We don't produce. We don't have a factory. But I'm telling you that as long as you have human beings working in the place, you have electrical equipment here and there, you have your computers that are being powered by electricity or one way or the other, then the possibility of fire is there. And I'm sure today if we do a survey, when it comes, especially in corporate organizations, big high-rise building, we want to do a fire drill. Some persons will not even know where is the muster point in that their building. In fact, even bringing it to the media. Yes. Because they just feel that these things are not necessary. If we take a survey, media houses today in the country, I will tell you that you will see the majority of them will not have a fire safety, a fire extinguisher in their office premises or in their studio. Yes. And even if you have, maybe it has expired. I was opportune to talk to some group of journalists when it comes to health, safety, and environment, for journalists, broadcasters, not only in their work premises, but when they go outside for assignment, you need to be safety conscious. Now, so fire safety is a core skill that everybody in the workplace should be taught. Just like when you at home, when you train the mother and the father, in terms of fire safety, you also train the adult children. So fire safety is for everybody, not for the safety department. Yes. So today on Health and Wellness, we'll be looking at fire safety in the workplace, because fire is a common hazard in the workplace. So when we are talking about fire safety in the workplace, the importance of fire safety in the workplace, because if you are able to prevent that fire, then your equipment, your facilities is well protected. At the same time, lives of people in that environment is also being protected. Now, like I've said, statistics have shown that fire has done a lot of damage, not only in factories or where they use hazardous chemicals and all that, but even in commercial entities. We've seen fire in the supermarket, and it destroyed all the goods that were there. And of course, we also have some human casualty. And that's why I must commend organizations like the NGS group. I know in those days, they used to even do fire drill. And we as brokers then, when you hear the sound, you know where to go and muster, take one of the floors, then you get there, then of course, you all now move across, somewhere in Union Bank, and they begin to take roll call. In fact, at the point, they also have fire marshals in each of the floors. This is just to create that fire safety awareness in the workplace. Is very, very key. Okay. Then, of course, I know that regulators too, will tell you need to have a fire extinguisher and how long you need to replace them and all that. So just letting the workers becoming cautious that they also have a role to play, and they tell you switch off all electrical gadgets when you have closed for the day and all that. Don't allow wires to just expose like that, and so forth. So we need to be deliberate about it. It's about our own safety. Yeah, so what are some of the fire hazards in the workplace? Common fire hazards in the workplace include electrical equipment and appliances, your computer system, open flames and spark. It can happen. Flammable liquid and gases, combustible material, and of course, certain type of waste. So identifying and assessing fire hazards in the workplace. That's why we even have people who go and check to ensure that at the end of the day, your systems are properly shut down. Because with this issue of the power, very erratic, there could be a power surge and something can just happen. It can be high voltage and it's destroying your system. And those kind of spark can lead to fire. And of course, we know the consequences that will come with it. So we need to look at not even fighting the fire, but how to prevent it. Yes, it's also good, from time to time, we will see the people coming from the fire and safety services. They come and do certain drills, train some workers, everybody how to handle the fire extinguisher, know when to remove the nozzle and use it, to fight the fire when it is there. And of course, how the safety precautions when there is a fire, and all that. But we are saying prevention is better than cure. How do we prevent? What are the fire preventive prevention measures? Maintain a clean and tidy workplace. A clean and tidy workplace. Storing flammable materials and liquid safely. You can have maybe your own power generating set, your generator, and of course ensure that the maintenance and safety people, they top the generator very well, they take care of it and all that. Those of you in the banking hall or in the studio, you don't know what happens in the back end, certain things. So ensure that they take care of those places, this clean and tidy. And of course, in fact, I've seen an office where they just come to supply diesel and the maintenance people are filling the tank behind. And one of the senior managers said, okay, please bring this amount of liters of diesel for me. I want to take home. And they brought that flammable material inside his own office. These are unhealthy practices. If you feel that they should supply you diesel that you want to go and use personally, please let it be in the generator house or whatever. And when you have closed, you can go there, tell them to bring it, put it in your car, and you take home, not to bring it to your office. Okay, so maintaining a clean and tidy workplace, storing flammable materials and liquid safely, ensuring electrical equipment is installed, maintained, and used safely, implementing hot permits and procedure, and of course, conducting regular fire risk assessment. That should be for the maintenance department or even from the HRO. You can bring an expert to just come, go around and see that all your electrical equipment are well in shape, and if there are maybe workers are suspected that some of these things, they do spark one way or the other, all these things should be changed and then maintained. Yes, I will not forget to mention fire detection. Fire detection and alarm system. Yes. Types of fire detection and alarm system. You need to install alarm system because there is a smoke, with the smoke detector, people will perceive that, yes, the alarm will go up, and of course, people know where to go and muster for roll call. Installation, testing, and maintenance requirements, ensure that you use the industry recommended expert to come and install, maintain, and regularly, testing it and see that, yes, you have used the correct version. Ensuring fire alarm systems are integrated with other safety systems. Fire extinguisher and equipment. If I ask, how many of us have fire extinguisher in our homes? Okay, so, and that's why we are saying in modern day be a building today, there is a provision for that. So fire extinguisher and equipment, the types of fire extinguishers and their uses, if you use an electrical fire, the type of fire extinguisher you need to use to fight it and all that. However, it is better to, when there is a fire, don't try to see that you want to go and fight the fire when you are not properly trained. Of course, move to safety and let the experts come and do their work. So, ensuring fire extinguishers are easily accessible and visible. It is very, very key, because when that fire starts, yes, you can, since they are visible, the fire extinguishers, they are visible and accessible, you can equally take them and try to arrest that situation as quickly as possible. So fire evacuation procedures. Develop a fire evacuation plan, identify escape route and assembly points. Now, I was invited to MC an event, and I was amazed that when I was now talking about some safety drills, just about 3, 4, 5 minutes, the organizers were not too comfortable. I said, no, I can't be an MC of an event and my audience will not know where to go and ease themselves. They should know where to go and ease themselves. They should know when there is an emergency, the emergency exit and all that. And I must also now give kudos to the NGS group, for every event they are hosting, they do that safety drill. They tell you where the restrooms are. They tell you where the emergency exits are, And I also learned that from one of these oil and gas company, where we were consultant to them in terms of personal financial training. So, in fact, you'll be in your own proposal, you must have a plan for safety. So that's also very, very important. Identify escape route and assembly points, conducting regular fire drills and training, then ensuring workers with disabilities are included in the evacuation plan. Fire response and emergency procedure. Responding to fire and emergency, using fire extinguishers and equipment safely, evacuating the premises and accounting for employees, notifying emergency services and providing information. So these are, once the fire has occurred, we now to how to the emergency. Like I said, the stock exchange NGS group have a very robust policy on that. Fire safety training and awareness is very, very important, because knowledge is power. Once you are aware, you have gone through this training, it's even going to be very useful to you at home. And that's why we have recommended that one of the training you do for every worker, one, their personal finance is key. Another important training you do for them. In fact, we even include it as part of our package. We bring expert after talking about their personal finance. We have trained the husband. We now tell them to bring their spouse. You train the spouse too. Then another important training you do for them is firefighting, fire prevention. They should also be trained. And of course, they are adult children, because you never can tell, So fire safety training and awareness is very, very important. Providing fire safety training and awareness programs, ensuring employees understand fire safety procedures and protocol, conducting regular fire safety drills and exercise. You know, for facility managers, just try and organize in your building. You have several offices and all that. Just try and do one drill. You will see how you will discover that majority of the firms there and their workers are not even aware of anything called fire drills, you know. So please, facility managers, do all you can to ensure that you train your tenants when it comes to fire safety training and awareness. Fire safety inspections and audits. This is now for the government, the regulators, conducting regular fire safety inspection and audits. Yes, I know from time to time in some offices, you see some fire safety officers, they come around to check your fire extinguisher and see whether you have all these things in place. But again, some of these things are not being enforced. Okay? So we should make it as our responsibility that even when we don't understand how to install this fire extinguisher, it will not cost us so much to talk to the government, because the government has all the fire safety in the cities. So they should come and assist business people to do that, and not to just give them bribes so that they just go. So fire safety inspections and audits, very, very important. Conducting regular fire safety inspections and audits, identifying and addressing fire safety deficiencies and risks, ensuring compliance with fire safety regulations and standard is very, very important. Yes, to conclude, today we've been talking about fire safety in the workplace, and we have said, as long as you have come to the office, maybe it's a factory or a studio, or in the financial service industry, maybe your banking hall, you know, or your trading room, we all must be cautious when it comes to fire in the workplace. And we must understand and know how to use the fire extinguisher. So fire safety measures and procedures must be updated regularly. Continuous training and retraining for fire safety and awareness. Encouragement to report fire safety concerns and incidents. Encourage your workers, your employees, you know, to report fire safety concerns in the workplace. And when it happens, ensure that your workers have been trained, at least those drills, where to muster, to take roll call, so that at the end of the day, because we are not just out there just to come and do our businesses without putting measures in place for our safety. So fire safety is one of the hazards, as fire is one of the hazards that can occur in any workplace, a factory, a studio, or a banking hall. So everybody must be concerned when it comes to fire safety in the workplace. I'll keep saying, safety is not a device. Safety is a mindset. Thank you.